Hey everybody. I titled this message Who Objected at the Wedding? Because have you all ever been to a wedding? I'm sure that you've all been to a wedding. And you heard the pastor say, if anybody sees reason why this man or and this woman shouldn't be joined in holy matrimony, let them speak now or forever hold their peace. I'm sure you've all heard that, right? Well, in my experience, I've never known anybody to object. I'm sure that it's happened throughout history, but in most weddings, nobody objects. The people get married and people send them cards and flowers and give them gifts and say, I'm so happy for you and may God bless your union and so on and so forth. What I think people forget is that once somebody gets married, because marriage is a covenant under God, an enemy comes against them that fights them like they've never been fought before because of what marriage represents. And so now they're in for the battle of a lifetime. And I think that we forget that once we get over how pretty she looked in her dress and how the bridesmaids were all crying and we're all crying and we're all happy because they're married. I think that we forget that this is a very real commitment and there's an actual true enemy that fights it tooth and nail, and his ultimate goal is to cause them to get a divorce. Now, that brings me to my next point. The divorce rate is very high in America, probably in some other countries too. I don't know the statistics, but I know that it's very high here. And my question tonight is, if there are so many in attendance at weddings, and there are so many who are so happy for the new bride and groom, why are there so few who are fighting to help keep this marriage? Why are there so few who are saying, hey, no, we were there. We stood in agreement and we said and agreed that this was a union under God and that you guys are going to be together until death does you part. It seems to me that people are much more eager to go and run and tell someone, so-and-so and so-and-so is getting a divorce, as opposed to praying for them and fighting for them like you promised that you would when you stood in attendance at their wedding. And so this is just something that I wanted to put on the minds of the people tonight, because I've been thinking about it for a couple of days now. And I love marriage. I love what marriage represents. God loves marriage, and I just believe that we should be fighting just as hard to help people stay married as we were sending our congratulations. And if we meant it, if it was genuine, if you weren't just in attendance just to see if, you could look better than the bride, or if you could, gossip with the person next to you about what secrets you may know about the couple that is getting married. But I mean, if you were really there to celebrate this union, let's continue to celebrate the unions and continue to fight and say no divorces. We are a family. This is a family affair. When you guys got married, I was there, and we're going to be fighting with you, and the enemy cannot have your marriage. And I hope that this helps somebody, and I hope that this will resonate with some of our spirits tonight, and that we can help get this divorce rate down through praying for our fellow man, and praying for those whose we were in attendance to their weddings. So that's all. Thank you guys. I just enjoyed this delicious slice of chocolate cake, and it's not on camera because I finished it, but if you see anything brown in my teeth, that's what this is. I didn't do a mirror check before I logged on, but just a little food for thought. I love you guys, and I hope that this helps somebody. Bye for now.